Welcome back to the I Just Be Talking podcast. I am your host, Kajara Holloway. Today's episode is going to be coming to you in part by Reddit. The person looking for some advice from your boy, their name is Possibly Try 5330. They titled this, "My boyfriend dumped me because I'm too fat." That's tough, man. That's tough. Let's get straight into it, man. Like the video, subscribe, and hold on tight. We're in for a wild ride. I know that nobody should be in a relationship that they don't want to be in, but this hurts a lot. Since I became a teenager, I've struggled with my weight. At 5'3", my maximum weight was almost 200 pounds when I was 19. At 24, while I was trying to exercise, I had an accident and I broke my leg and was severely injured. I had to stay at the hospital for 7 days and do 2 surgeries. That's tough. After that, I got to focus more on dieting and used weight loss drugs. I got at my minimum weight around 150 when I was 25. I was on a disability insurance because of my accident at the time, and I had the time to prep all my meals according to a diet plan. At some point, my doctor said not to take those drugs anymore because I was developing some gastric problems. And as I had also come back to work. I was working around 50 hours a week, so I had way less time to prep meals and eat healthy. Then I regained part of my weight back up to 180 pounds. I was afraid of exercise because of being injured. This year, I finally started to work less, around 40 hours a week, and started to do lighter exercises like yoga to get used to exercising again and get used to my body moving again. But well, it didn't work to lose weight. Back in September, when I felt confident enough that I could do more exercise, I decided to go to a gym and follow a training plan. Now I'm down 5 pounds. My current weight is 175 pounds. And 2 weeks ago, I started counting calories. And I started to order my food from a healthy meal prep service. And I'm confident that I can get back on track to lose weight again. I started dating my ex around March this year. And he knew about my struggles with the accident and also that I started the gym and things like that. He is far from being a fit guy. He is more on the super skinny side. He doesn't go to the gym or exercise often. We talked about moving in together next year and so on, and I thought the relationship was serious. Yesterday, he said he couldn't stay with me because I'm overweight. I felt crushed and clueless because he was never critical of my weight before, not even in a subtle way. So I imagine that it didn't really bother him. He said that it bothers every man, and telling a woman to lose weight is the same thing to tell a man to get a job. I had an ex before him who broke up with me because he couldn't deal with the fact that I had a disability and couldn't at the time walk that much. I wanted to live in a world where my disability and my being overweight, that's what I'm assuming what she meant, weren't a problem for people. Of course, I want to lose weight, and I'm going to do that. I also improved a lot mobility. I also proved a lot my mobility since this moment. I don't know if English is your first language, but that grammatically is not quite correct. But I also wanted so bad to be with someone who could support me through the journey. Well, possible try 5330. Let's do a quick little recap. You are 5'3", and I believe you said that you were right around 200 pounds. You're definitely heavy set. You're not a lightweight, but you are not nowhere near being morbidly obese or anything like that. I guess and something that also plays into that is how the weight is distributed on your person. Because there's some people that are pretty heavy and they don't look it. Like me, I get people tell me all the time that I don't look like I weigh what I weigh. And it's mainly attributed to the fact that I've got a lot of muscle mass. So it helps hide those soft spots for me. I know you can't really tell now because I've got this big hoodie on. And anyway, you're with this guy. I don't know how long you guys were together, but you thought that it was getting serious. Y'all were talking about moving in together and things like that. He's a skinny, scrawny guy. Doesn't work out, whatever. He hits you out of the blue and says he doesn't want to be with you because you're too big. And then he says that you being big is a problem for every man. Now we're going to pause right there for a second. Okay. I'm sure I can speak on every man's behalf when I say that dude cannot speak on every man's behalf. No man can speak on every man's behalf. Everybody has their own preference on what they like. Some people like for their woman to be a little smaller. Some people like their woman to be taller. Some people like her to be muscular. Some people like her to be frail and skinny. Some people like her to be plump and round. It's definitely person by person thing. It is not a generalization. Every man doesn't have an issue with weight, especially if you love the person that you're talking about. If you love your woman, number one, if you love your woman and if she wasn't already overweight, sometimes, women's hormones can cause them to gain weight, lose weight. It's a lot harder for a woman to stay consistent at one weight. And I'll say it's super insensitive for your guy to say that, because like I said, 5'3", 200 pounds, you are short and you are well above the weight you should be. But like, again, by no means does that weight and height combination sound like something that would be, just outrageous and outlandish. Now, before I give you my advice, I'm about to drop a bomb on you. That dude been cheating on you, bro. That dude been cheating on you. Because nobody just out of the blue, unless nobody without a game plan, just out of the blue says, yeah, I know you've been this weight ever since I met you, and nothing's changed, and I don't work out, so I haven't tried to help you. I haven't done any of that stuff, but you're too big and I don't want to be with you anymore. So bang bang. That's not how that goes. I'm willing to bet he probably at work had a slim bean come in there. He liked what he saw, and instead of being a man and telling you, hey, look, I love you, and because I love you, I really want to help you take your weight, your health a little bit more serious, so we can get some of this weight off of you. That's one way he could have went about it. But instead, he took the coward's way out and just said, I'm done. You fat, she not, I'm out. Basically what he did. So that guy, I wouldn't even, I know, you said y'all thought y'all were getting serious. You thought it was the real deal. That's tough. But sometimes people can play their role a lot better than you thought they could. And moreover, the other guy, the disability guy that you just mentioned at the end, he left you because you broke your leg and some serious stuff came up after that. What I don't understand is how you can get with someone, and I'm assuming you've already told them about all of this stuff, because I mean it would be crazy, asinine for me to believe that you just foregoed all of, telling them about yourself and why you don't walk that well and why you have to do this and why you have to do that. And if what I'm saying is true and you did tell him all of this and he knew this already, I'm willing to bet you wasn't putting out. You wasn't putting out. And he was like, man, I'm helping this girl upstairs and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And then she be hurting and stuff. We can't even get busy. I'm out. I bet any amount, any form of currency you want to go with, Bitcoin, Chinese yuan, Mexican pesos, US dollars, any amount, I guarantee that guy was hoping that you were a low self-esteem type person because of your situation. I guarantee it. Now, all that being said, here's my advice. Find you a good physical therapist. Go do you some good physical therapy. Intensive, super, super thorough physical therapy for your leg. In the meantime, focus on that diet. Don't worry about working out right now. Physical therapy that'll suffice for now. But focus on dialing in that diet so you can start shedding some of that excess weight. And to top it all off, if you're gonna date a dude, let him know from the rip. Tell him the truth. But it's gonna be a lie. But tell him the truth. I'm big and I don't plan on losing weight. Is that gonna be a problem for you? I'm playing. No, don't do that. That's bad. That's bad. Don't do that. Just do your thing. Lose your weight. The right guy is gonna come along, and he's gonna be exactly what you need. Don't worry about, that what old boy said. Well, every man wants a small woman. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Yeah, I think with those pieces of advice, you should be able to rock and roll and make some things happen in this world, Captain. So I think that's my time. I think, I'm going to check my Quartz Tiso PRX, and that is my time. If this advice served you well, go ahead and drop a like. If you want to come back for more, hit subscribe. I'm going to be dropping videos as often as I can. Yeah, man. Y'all ain't too big. You ain't too big. You just need to lose a little weight. But remember this. I love you. And Jesus loves you too. Peace.